All right, everyone, we are back again. Part 2 for September 6th, 2025. The week of September 6th, 2025. Today's Saturday. And as I said before, watch as little or as much of this as you want. This is going to be pretty chill. Just going to be looking around at literally anything and everything that I noticed from this past week. And just just noticing one thing at a time. So that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and let's get going. So, we were looking at Wednesday and Tuesday. We talked about how essentially it was a giant classic expansion week where we manipulated on Monday into Tuesday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday expanded. Now, we talked about how we had this 4-hour rejection block. That was a key level that you could have used. We also had, something I did not mention earlier, but now I'm looking at as well is midpoint of this daily order block was probably hit as well. Note how the bodies respond to this new day opening gap here, right? It's kind of cool. So I guess let's look at another specific day. Hey, what up, Kirk? I still don't know what that's from. GM Vietnam. Like, are you saying good morning I don't know. It can't always be morning, right? I'm assuming it's from a show, or like you said, but every time you say that, I'm like, wait, it's morning for him 24/7. Okay, anyway, yeah. We kind of looked at Tuesday a bit. We looked at Wednesday. I guess let's look at Thursday, right? So, yeah, might as well. I think we could look at Wednesday some more. We could look at Wednesday afternoon. Yeah, you know what? Let's look at Wednesday afternoon. Let's start there. So, yeah. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to look into it, bro. I've never heard of it before. But, yeah. Anyway. I hate when I start to think about what I'm saying, because then I start to overthink everything. And, that's why I got rid of the number of viewers, so I don't ever think about how many people are watching me, because once I start to think about how many people are watching me, I always just overthink everything. But yeah, now I don't look at that anymore. So okay, Wednesday, we talked about this inversion to the downside. Yes, let's go. What's up, Cytosine? Yeah, man. We're here for round 2. We were just live a couple hours ago. Now I'm back again. Hit the gym. I needed a little break, and now we're going again. I'm trying to figure out what price action I want to review. Now, honestly, we should just be looking for trades that pop off the charts. Actually, yeah, let's go to Thursday. And, this was pretty clear accumulation. Oh, we talked about this. I remember making the video on this, right? We accumulated, we manipulate the highs, we manipulate the lows, and then we distribute back up. I feel like I looked at Thursday a bit, though. Let's see. Once again, I'm still kind of just trying to decide what I want to review. Yeah, I did look at Thursday a lot. I feel like I have not looked at Wednesday enough. Yeah, I haven't looked at Wednesday enough. Let's actually do Wednesday more. So, and also, guys, we are just kind of taking general notes and observations. It doesn't have to be specific trades. I could go on the higher time frame and see, okay, how could we have anticipated? Okay, one thought is, how could we have anticipated for us to expand higher. Well, once we got that SMT with previous week's low, at that point, it's pretty clear that we were expanding. And then you can see once we get this displacement, and every single 4-hour gap is holding. Look at that, right? So it's almost like it's a 2022 model on the higher time frame, where every single gap here holds price to go higher. Let's look at the 2-hour. Yeah, look at this, right? This is how you can tell we're in a buy model, when every single gap supports price. We can actually go down to the 1-hour, right? Every single gap supports price. I have an idea for you for options trading, SPY, and NQ using your analysis from their respective futures index. Yeah, what's the idea? Yeah, I feel like I could be really good at options because I have when I'm right, I'm usually very, very right. And so options would work very, very well with my style of trading, probably. Man, I'm still trying to decide. Oh, here's something. I have an idea for you. Options trading, SPY, and NQ futures using analysis from their respective futures index. Oh, yeah, that's the idea. Honestly, yeah, I've thought about that. Like, you could trade options, because then, when we're right, we only have to risk, we could just buy the fee of the contract, and then, we don't have to have a stop loss, we could just buy the fee of the contract, and then when we're right, we're going to bank. Not a bad idea. I just haven't traded options in so long. Have you heard of Zusi? Learned about him a week ago and opened up my mind to a lot for the 1 minute time frame macro. I know I've heard of Zusi. I haven't really watched in a ton of his videos, but I've heard of him. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, finally found something that I want to talk about. We have this 1-hour breaker, consequent encroachment tapped. So on the lower time frame, wow, this is a very obvious. See, now this is cool. This is cool. Look what happens at 3 a.m. Right? We have this higher time frame breaker. Higher time frame breaker. By the way, I think there's a Reaper gap here. 1-hour breaker. Kind of curious. Do we have SMT at the low at all? Whoops. Where'd it go? What the heck? See, I'm interested to look at London here. Okay, why is it not? Okay, there we go. Now it's moving all of them. So yeah, look at that. Look at that. S&T with this low. Just beautiful. And you know what? Oh my gosh. This is really cool, guys. Okay. So, you know what? Oh my gosh! No way. Alright, guys, check this out. Check this out. I don't know anything about Zusi. Yeah, dude, I think that could be really smart. Bro, okay, this is actually really cool. So, here is midnight. Right here. So, here's midnight. This is a quarterly theory true open, right? Dang, bro, this is actually so cool. Look at this. Midnight, here, we'll actually make this midnight true day open. What is this, guys? What is this? This is a 2022 fair value gap. Why? It's a fair value gap in discount after we break structure. We also have sequential S&T between 6-hour quarters, right? What's this? So this is 18 o'clock. Oh my gosh, this is so sick. 18 o'clock to midnight, right? This here, 1 quarter, and then midnight to 6, this is another quarter, right? Look at this. Check this out. S&T between the low of this quarter and the low of this quarter. So this is 6-hour S&T right here. I like to just call it Asia S&T because it makes it simpler for my brain. I'm not gonna lie. So Asia S&T, right? S&T with this with Asia low, where S&P and YM take the low, right? You see that? S&P takes the low, YM takes the low, NASDAQ makes a higher low. By the way, what is this, guys? What is this? Phoenix model on the 5-minute. Check that out, man. Right? 5-minute Phoenix model. We tap the rejection block with the sequential S&T. Oh. These markets are perfect, guys. This is crazy. Wait, check this out. Okay. So, let's get rid of this. Or let's make this, let's get rid of the middle line. Let's get rid of this middle line. So, 5-minute rejection block. It's crazy. Like, I could do these live streams for like 24 hours, and I feel like I could still have stuff to talk about. 5-minute rejection block. S&T with Asia low. So, let's go like this. S&T with Asia low. Into the rejection block. Let's actually mark it out like this. Oh, this is getting cool. Okay, S&T with Asia low. Let's just mark it out like this. Accumulation. Let's get rid of the quarters. We know that this is a 6-hour S&T, right? Between the low of this quarter and the low of this quarter. So, there's midnight, true day open. Where's 1:30? 1:30, true session open right here. Check this out, guys. Oh my gosh. So now what? The manipulation occurs below both of our true opens, right? We have a fair value gap within discount of this displacement. So this is our 2022 fair value gap. And holy crap, guys. If this isn't cool to you, then I don't know what to tell you, because this is so sick. You guys see what I'm saying? Accumulation, right? This is the manipulation, the sweep. Manipulation. Dang, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Every time we do these streams, it always ends up something interesting. We always find something interesting. Accumulation, manipulation. Asia. Here, I'm gonna mark this as Asia. Specifically Asia 6-hour S&T. And then, yeah, accumulation, manipulation. We pop below both of our time levels here. So once again, accumulation, manipulation, break of structure. And then, oh my gosh, this is really cool. And then we dip below all of our time levels into the 2022 gap. Induce the time levels into the 2022 gap. Stop at the low. Holy crap. That is so sick. It's also a 5-minute change in state of delivery too. And we could target this accumulation. Oh, no way. That's so sick. Okay, so check this out, right? First, it's a 2022 model. And obviously you scale out, right? It's never all or nothing. So it's a Phoenix model at the very bottom. Dang, bro. So Phoenix model at the very bottom. I'll go into that in a second. But it's a 2022 liquidity sweep, break of structure. Okay, hang on. And then this went straight up to that 8th standard deviation. What day was this? Wednesday at 3 a.m., 3:15 a.m. Look at that! Look at how we perfectly induce these time levels, guys. Oh my gosh. I mean, when you get to be good enough at trading, you'll probably just see this naturally. Like, oh wow, 1:30 midnight, we're manipulating the time levels. Okay. So 3:15 a.m. 3:15. Oh, I wonder if it was a macro too. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. 3:15 a.m. 2022 model, 5-minute. Wait. $20? It's definitely 20 until 40. Wait. Anyway. But accumulation, manipulation, we get SMT with Asia low. Break of structure, retracement to a fair value gap. I mean, what? And then, okay, we can talk about the Phoenix model after I mark this out, right? Look at this. Look at how we manipulate the time levels into the 2022 fair value gap. After we get liquidity sweep, break of structure. Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy, dude. So liquidity sweep, break of structure, retracement to a fair value gap. Observe the time levels. Observe true session open and true day open. Pop below there. What is that? That was a manipulation of the time levels, or I don't know, you can call it inducement, call it whatever you want, right? So 2022 5-minute fair value gap, and we're within this higher time frame breaker block. Let's try and make this a little cleaner. Let's zoom in and let's get a better picture. Right, now it's starting to look really cool, right? Now all of a sudden this is looking very, very precise. We got a sweep of liquidity here. Whew, this is getting cool. All right, manipulation of both of our time levels. Right, you see that? Bang. Break of structure here. And we do tap consequent encroachment. So this is the Phoenix model entry. This is the 2022 entry. And then expansion. Let's go ahead and screenshot this. Perfect manipulation of our time levels. Genuinely perfect. And then we'll look at the Phoenix model. So, as for Phoenix model, right? Essentially, we were forming 6-hour SMT with Asia. We hadn't formed it yet, right? But we were below our midnight open. We were below our 1:30 open. And so with that in mind, essentially, this 5-minute rejection block was a high probability turtle suit for Phoenix model. We didn't even need to know anything else, right? So midnight, 1:30. We induce this low into the rejection block. Wow, and then honestly, let's get rid of this breaker. We kind of already know it's a break. Well, it's kind of useful. Right, it's kind of useful. Right, 5-minute rejection block. So guys, we're below our key times. We end up having SMT. So what is this? This is going to be an inducement into our rejection block with SMT. This is going to be a super high probability Phoenix model. Holy crap. Holy crap, dude. This doesn't blow your mind. Like, you got more studying to do, because the precision with this is insane. Insane. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. Where's the inducement? Oh. Right? I can't make this up. Right? We induce this low into the rejection block with 6-hour sequential SMT with Asia below our session opens. So what is this, guys? Phoenix model, right? We enter as an inducement of this low when we have SMT with Asia. And you can see the RR on this, right? The RR on this, pretty nice, guys. Pretty nice. And we could even target this giant accumulation range here. Let's just say we targeted these equal highs. Boom. Oh my gosh. That's absurdly precise. What? Holy crap. No way, bro. Phoenix model's cracked. Phoenix model's cracked. What the heck? Right? Equal highs. You see that? Up to those equal highs. So this is how you would trade this, right? You would not take this as a Phoenix Mini. It'd just be regular Phoenix. You can't unsee it, bro. You can't, dude. Every time I start filming, I literally have no idea what I'm going to talk about. I can't make this up. I just start looking at the charts. I can't make this up. I just start looking at the charts, and then I just find this stuff. Holy crap! So we should simplify this just a little bit. Trying to think of how we could simplify this. We could just call this Asia SMT because I don't want to make it more complicated than it needs to be, right? Asia SMT, we enter when we have SMT, when we tap that rejection block, and we target those equal highs. That's an 11 to 1, guys. That's an 11 to 1. Guys. Absurd. Absurd. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Every time I make these videos, these live streams, I literally have no idea what I'm going to talk about. And then we just find this stuff. Bro. What? Okay, so we're going to mark this out as a Phoenix model at 1:50 a.m. Yeah, I mean, this is a regular entry. This is regular entry, and then this is the 2022 entry, right? Phoenix entry to the 2022 entry to the equal highs. Bro, what? Okay, let's screenshot this. Once again, obviously, guys, never all or nothing. This entire move higher, I'm taking profit, right? I'm taking partials, all the way up to the equal high. But what I'm saying is, look, that final target, that was our final target. That's exactly where the market went to before having a retracement. Like, what? Okay. 5-minute rejection block. SMT with Asia low. So this is a 1:50 a.m. Phoenix model, and this is on the 5-minute. Yeah, it'd be cool. We should look around for more confluences, but dang, bro. Dang. Okay, 1:50, right? 1:50 a.m. Phoenix model on the 5-minute. That looks good. Save that. Crazy, guys. Crazy. Right? And another thing you can do, guys, I'm considering making a new model for this. I'm considering calling this Dark Phoenix or something like that. Like, I don't know what the name of the model would be. But when the NASDAQ is hitting the rejection block, you can take the entry on the S&P, and it's the same concept. IC says he's gonna sue everyone. They're not his concepts, bro. He can't. If he starts suing everyone that's using his concepts, I am literally going to use the same. I'm gonna call them my own concepts. They're gonna be mine. I'm officially claiming because these are universal concepts that are part of how these markets move. You can't. It's like the law of gravity. You can't own fundamental behaviors of the universe. You can't own the law of gravity. You can't own fundamental behaviors of markets. You can't own anything like that, right? I don't care what ICT says. And if he says stuff like that, then I'm going to call them my own thing, right? Because they're not his. Smart money concepts are not ICT's. Doesn't matter he discovered them. It doesn't matter if ICT discovered the concepts. He doesn't own them. It's a fundamental behavior of all markets. You can't own it. You can't. That's so stupid. If he's suing me, I'm suing him. Because, I don't know, what's the word for that? Countersuing? Because you literally can't, it's not something you can own. What are you going to call fair value gap? Bro, I'm just going to call it a gap. Not even, ICT overcomplicates everything. ICT overcomplicates everything, bro. He'll fair value gap. Dude, I would just call it a gap. If literally every single thing that I would make all the PD arrays way simpler. I would make all the PD arrays way simpler. SMT, why are we calling it SMT, bro? Why won't we call it something simpler? I don't know. There's just a million things like I would just change about smart money concepts. Man, this is crazy stuff, dude. Boxer. Imagine just calling it boxes. Yeah, so we hit the 5 minute box. We hit the 5 minute 2022 box. Bro. Oh my gosh. But you can also see, oh, you know what else? Let's say that you weren't sure. Let's say you weren't sure to take this Phoenix model. Well, what you can do is we can look for an aligned time frame, change in state off of that 5 minute rejection block to make sure that's what we want to do. Right? So let's say you weren't sure. Here's that 5 minute rejection block. Here's the inducement. Bro, this is... I mean, tell me when you see this candle close, you're not going to be full porting long. No full ports. No full ports. I'm kidding. Do not do that. But what I am saying is, guys, like, if I see this off of already a high probability Phoenix model, and we get this 30-second aligned time frame change in state of delivery, guys, this is the ultimate confirmation. And then we kind of actually tap the 30-second change in state of delivery. Oh my gosh. Wow. These markets really are perfect, huh? Oh my gosh. 30-second change in state below our key levels. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I would mark it out like this, and I would enter on the close of this candle right here. Dude. Yeah, right there. And wow, this is even higher RR than the first one. Now, assuming you don't go break even or something. What the heck, man? Obviously I scale out, but like still. Ooh. Jeez, dude. I don't really want to be offensive, but y'all kind of delusional with that kind of okay. Well, why is it so perfect then? I mean, this is my live stream. I can analyze exactly how I want to. I guess you have credibility. You have credibility because you know, you are the guy that gets $100,000 trading days, but also like it's delusional. But what part of trading isn't delusional? What part of trading isn't delusional? It's all delusional. So I don't really care, to be honest. I think these markets are insanely precise, and I'm gonna do what I want to do. So all of trading is delusional. But yeah, look at that, man. That's an extremely precise trade. Now, obviously, I'd probably go break even or take profit. I'd probably take profit. Realistically, okay, let's be realistic. Let's actually be realistic for a second. I would probably say I would take profit. Well, like, I don't know why you are doing that when you're not really taking kind of trades with 10-1 RR. Yeah, but I like to observe it. I don't know. I mean, I get what you're saying though. I should be observing the realistic trades. And yeah, you're totally right. So realistically, I'd probably take this. Yeah, you're right, FA. I agree. You weren't trying to be offensive. You're just literally just trying to call me out for marking up trades that aren't realistic. And that's valid, bro. That's valid. I don't think I mean, maybe Kirk, but I don't know. I'm just kind of observing whatever I see. But you're right. You guys are both right. Like, I should probably be looking at New York. But yeah. And then you probably could just go, wow, like I said, this is all LRLR here. So you could probably just you know, target like these equal highs. That's 2.5. Not bad. So this is a flow state Phoenix. Let's go ahead and screenshot this. Okay, what do you guys want to look at? We can look at New York. We can look at other things. I'm cool with whatever. Oh man, I need to bring the screenshot back over. But yeah, like I like looking at the what's possible because, I mean, it's possible. That's what's cool about it. But I get what you're saying, guys. I get what you're saying. 206. All right, 207. This was on Wednesday, right? Yep. 207, flow state Phoenix. 5 minute, 30 second. Okay, I guess let's move on to something else, right? Let's move on to something else. If we could look at New York. You want to look at all New York session Phoenix models? You guys really like the Phoenix model, huh? It is pretty nice. It is pretty nice. I don't know. It's like obviously we're not. Here's the thing, guys. Obviously, you know, like a lot of these higher RR trades we're not going to catch. I'm saying I just like observing it when I'm taking the trade for real. I'm taking the trade exactly as is. So here's the thing, FA. I know I'm not taking the trade as 10-1. I'm just showing that's where I could leave one max run or two. But I'm taking partials. So the way I trade is scale and trail. So I'm taking partials off. I'm taking the majority off probably at 1, 2, 3R. But then I'm leaving those last runners to possibly target those higher far out drawn liquidities. So that's just because it's my style. I mean, that's just how I'm starting to realize I'm like as a trader, right? I want to be able to get the big wins. And then also when there's smaller trades, I want to be able to take those too, right? For instance, this one, like this simple change in state to go up to this high, that's 1-1. I would take that. Okay, anyway. What day should we look at now, guys? What day do you guys want to look at? Yeah, what I'm saying is I don't think having a max drawn liquidity outline is a bad thing. As like I'm not saying I'm going to take all off there. I'm just saying that's where I think the final TP could be theoretically. Right? It's kind of just more of a theoretical thing, not realistically what I would do. Okay, anyway, let's just move on. Man, I don't know. Now I don't know what to look at. I feel like we looked at most of the New York sessions, guys. That's why I was looking at London, because we already looked at New York, a lot of it. Now, then again, since we're trading New York, we should probably look more at New York. So, yeah, let's just go to... We already looked at Thursday. We've already looked through all of Thursday pretty much on New York. So I guess let's look at Wednesday, New York. Even though I think we already looked at this too. I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with looking at London. I think it's just all price action, right? It's all price action. Okay. Oh my gosh. Why does YM control all of them? Or why does the S&P one control all of them? Okay. Anyway. I'm trying to get over to Wednesday, but... Okay. I don't know. I was thinking Wednesday London session looked kind of cool. Anyway. let's do Wednesday New York session. So here's New York. I guess I kind of want to. We obviously want to see where our key levels were going into Wednesday New York. So let's look at that. Right. There are these equal highs in this 15-minute rejection block. I think this could actually have been a good Phoenix model, actually. Since we sweep out these equal highs with this rejection block. Yeah, look at that. Okay. Now, I don't know if there was SMT. There might have been. There might not have been. Let's go to the 1 minute. And I might have already looked at this. I can't remember. Oh, see, I don't know why I have to... Why it's not moving all of them sometimes. Anyway. So yeah, this 15-minute rejection block takes these equal highs. And then we do have an SMT. This is interesting. It's not SMT with the actual rejection block, but there is SMT here. We looked at this already, didn't we? Yeah, because this was 90-minute SMT. Dang, bro. This was actually really nice. This is 90-minute SMT. I think we looked at this already, but I'm still going to mark this out. And then this was going into open. Why is this 90-minute SMT? Because it was SMT with the high of in between 7:30 and 9. Right? In between the high of 7:30 to 9, and then the high after 9 o'clock. So 90-minute SMT, 15-minute rejection block. The rejection block swept out these equal highs. And then 1 minute change in state right there. This one's actually realistic, I'm not gonna lie. This is actually a realistic trade, right? 1 minute change in state. See, I don't know if this is Phoenix model because it's not SMT with the rejection block, but I will call this a flow state model. So yeah, and then also let's look at 7:30. Where was our 7:30 time? It was right here. Actually, let's just pull up the time levels. Yep, we're above all of our time levels. Anyway, I'm gonna keep doing the analysis that I want to do. So if it's higher R, whatever, guys. I'm just analyzing the way that makes sense to me. So 15-minute rejection block, 1 minute change in state, and so yeah, we get 1 minute change in state. Measuring this out, we go to our fourth standard deviation. Very simple trade, and it hits 4R. So a 90-minute sweep as well. So accumulation, right? Accumulation. Manipulation into the rejection block, which is our key level for this trade with SMT. And then distribution. What do you guys think about this? I like this a lot. We're also above 830 as well. Anyway, let's see if we have this trade already in here, because I might already have this in here. I'm not sure. Whoops. $9.25. I'm just gonna call it flow state retest. This was on Wednesday. We might already have this in here. Yeah, I called it flow state Phoenix before, but this time I'm calling it flow state retest. Doesn't really matter. Okay, 15-minute, 1 minute. Save. Yeah. Where's my phone at? I think I'm just going to keep doing what I want to do and not really care about what you guys think. Because at the end of the day, yeah, there's only 2 watching now. At the end of the day, when I'm targeting higher RR trades, the reason is, it looks like I'm targeting higher RR on here, but I'm actually scaled out. Like, I'm not going all to that final TP. I'm taking some off, right? So anyway, I'm honestly just gonna ignore you guys, and I'm gonna do what I want to do. So, which is I don't care if I do London. I don't care if I do Asia. I don't care if I do New York. It's all just price. So now I don't know why. When I move, now it's working. Yeah, yeah. When I take trade, no problem with that. Yeah, exactly. Cause like when I have the trade marked up on the chart, it looks like, oh wow, he's shooting for 10R, but I'm not actually going all off at that 10R. I took partials all the way up to that 10R, if that makes sense. So that's why I have them marked out like that, because I like to scale out, and then leave the runners to go to the final draw. That's why. We probably hit this Reaper. I think I already looked at that though. See, yeah, I feel like I already looked at most of the New York sessions. That's the main thing. So I kind of want to look at London sessions, and I know you guys didn't want me to look at London, but it's just more price action to look at. So I don't know. I feel like I looked at most of the New York sessions, so I'm gonna look at London. Right. So. Let's look at Friday's London. It's just totally random, but let's look at it. Alright, Friday's London. We had, let's see what key levels we had. Let's go on the 15-minute chart. So Friday during London. So here's midnight. Bang, look at how we manipulate that. That's pretty cool. And it's also an order block, right? Oh, we haven't even been looking at New Day opening gaps. Dude, this is too bright. Is it normally this bright? Okay, midnight. Once again, I'm really actually loving these true opens. I don't really care if anyone else doesn't like them. I mean, they're very helpful to identify where we manipulate versus where we distribute. I mean, honestly, trading London with true opens genuinely feels so easy, because you just wait for these true opens to get manipulated, then you trade the opposite way. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like after knowing this, I feel like I could possibly easily trade London. We end up getting S&T with this low. So that is a 90-minute S&T right there. Wait. No, not really, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. Yeah. It's not a 90-minute S&T, but it's almost. You trade ICT, I trade, Jake trades it. Trade ICT, but it's like, I don't know, man. I trade what makes sense to me. It's not necessarily ICT, it's not necessarily not ICT, but it is mostly ICT, because it's just what makes sense. So we get S&T with this low. What do you think about flow? I like flow. Like order flow? Yeah, man. I like it. So S&T with this low. I guess let's go down to the 1 minute. It's not 90-minute S&T because it's not with the 130. It's not with the low after 130. Unless it is, and I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I like order flow. I'm still getting better with it though. Yeah, S&T with that low. See, why does it not let me drag it over? Why is it being a pain? Do I need an editor? I mean, if the editor were really good, maybe, but I don't know. I kind of like editing them myself, my own video. Well, I mean, I guess my long form videos could always be edited, but I don't know. Yeah, that makes sense. Any kind of trading is tough, though. It's just trading. Dude, why is it not letting me? Like, all of them are not dragging over at once, which is really bugging me. Yeah, so there's S&T with this low. Wait. Not that low, this low. That's annoying. Okay, I like this idea. Let's check this out. Which firm do I trade? I'm trading Jake Trades It firm. Meaning right now I'm trading personal. But I also trade Top Step. This is kind of a Phoenix model right here. Right? Phoenix model. This we get SMT with this low. It's a nice looking rejection block. And then we hold it like 6 times. And then we go higher. Dude, this is Phoenix model is so nice. That's 8R to that high. Now obviously I'm not holding all the way there, but I'm just showing, right? Do I do crypto? Yeah, I love crypto, but I'm not doing it right now. I guess it's 6R, but you get what I'm saying. I don't know. It's not necessarily realistic, but I'm just going to screenshot my observations. Okay, 319. This was on Friday. 319. Phoenix model on the 1 minute. Okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom, guys. I'll be back. Hey, what up, GJ? Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Much love. Much love. Okay, guys, I'm taking a break. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm gonna just pick a random date and session to backtest. We're gonna do Tuesday morning, New York session. Okay? Tuesday morning, New York session. I'm gonna go over there and check out what we had going on. And I don't know why, once again, they're not all moving together. It's so annoying. They're supposed to be. Anyway, let's just go on the 15-minute chart. Okay, where's Tuesday? So Tuesday morning New York session. Once again, we're kind of just picking it. So yeah, this is gonna be a good one to do, honestly. So 8:30 is essentially when I get on the charts for the morning. So this is when I would get on the charts. So let's zoom in, start there. Oh yeah, I remember this day. I should have had one thing I realized I should have done is I should have had previous week's low marked out, because this was the draw on liquidity in the short term, right? This previous week's low was the draw on liquidity. So that was the first thing, right? Was I should have had this marked out. Previous week's low. And you can see that was exactly where we went to, right? So actually, yeah, let's jump down to New York session on Tuesday. So dropping down to the 1 minute. Yeah, this was the draw on liquidity. Let's get rid of this. Nothing super obvious, except, let's see. There actually might have been something here. There might have been a trade down to previous week's low. Yeah, we're looking at New York. We're looking at New York for Tuesday. So I'm not seeing any obvious key levels. Let's go down to 5 minute. Trying to see, I don't know why my chart's not showing all three screens super easily. Okay. So on the 5 minute, not anything obvious. Let's go to the 1 minute. So I don't know if there's not anything obvious. I guess actually, we get an inverse for value gap delivering from a gap. We have a BPR here. We have a BPR here. You know what? This could have been a trade, right? This is a data low, right? Wait, no, it wasn't. It's 854. Okay. So 1 minute BPR, not anything super obvious, but still, right? 1 minute BPR. I mean, maybe, right? If we want to be aggressive, maybe we could align that with a 5 second change in state. But a simpler way to take this is just take this as an inverse or value gap. And you could take this as a Jan entry, right? We inverse this, delivering from a gap. And you can go break even basically here. Yeah, I don't mind this, guys. I like this. Where we have a break even here. Inversion. I'd probably take this as a Jan entry. Mitigation block. Oh, this is a mitigation block. Oh, yeah. Good point. Good point, Gary. Let's maybe... Anyway, call it, yeah, mitigation block, BPR. Essentially, it's just a gap. 1 minute BPR. We inverse this to the downside. I kind of like entering it on a retrace, which actually would have been way higher RR. So once again, the reason is because I'm entering on I would enter on the retest of the inverse value gap. That's just my own, I just think that's what I would do, right? Because I just want a little bit of a retrace, and then you can see we get that right here. So I'd enter on the retest of that, and then we go lower. And once again, now that I'm doing smaller risk, three max, I can lose up to 3 times in a day theoretically, which most of the time I'm almost never gonna let that happen. But that's my new risk that I'm allowing myself, but with smaller size because it's personal account. And so because of that, I'm allowing myself to take more trades, which means something like this, like I actually probably would take it because still has decent probability, but I don't have to risk a ton on it. And then bang, Jan entry, pop, break even, down to previous week's low. Clean, very clean. So we'll mark it out as an IFG Jan entry and then also a regular entry. So screenshot this. Mitigation block for buys, price reacted to it, broke it. The draw across. I think you're talking about this. Oh my gosh. What happened? No! I literally just touched this wrong. I touched the screen and now it's gone. Okay. So, screenshotting this. There might have been SMT here. So 929. I guess it was going into market open. That's a little scary. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little scary. But still, we'll mark it out. So I don't know for sure if I would take that, but I am just gonna note it. IFG-J, 1 minute. And we'll just show as a regular inverse value gap here. Right, regular inverse value gap is a little bit less RR. This was at 928, but we knew that this was the draw on liquidity previous week's low. 928 IPG. Not saying I would take this, but and then as well, I kind of want to see if there's S&T. So. Come on, don't be annoying, computer, or not computer, trading view. Let me go back and see, like, why is it not letting me move everything at once? It's so annoying. Okay, there we go. Let's zoom in here. See now YM's not moving. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm not seeing a SMT, but still good to know. Right now, let's just look at just S&P and NAS because YM is just being a pain. So then after that happens, we sweep out previous week's low. So market open, we get our Judas swing, right? Pretty clearly, this is our Judas swing. pop below previous week's low. I think we had previous week's low SMT here. Not super sure, but here's an internal sweep. So once again, react, don't predict. You see how we pop below previous week's low, we get this sweep. Now, this is where things get interesting, because if this had inversed, then this would have been super easy. Oh yeah, just long here, right? But it didn't. But the 2 minute ended up looking okay. I remember I was reviewing this with some of you guys. The 2 minute and the 3 minute looked okay for an inverse value gap. It did take out the high though, but if you, based on your conviction, you could maybe still take it. So on the 5 minute, there might be a 5 minute key level that we could use. I don't know. You guys see anything obvious here? For me, it's not super obvious. I'm not seeing a ton. Pop below previous week's low. I don't know. It's definitely nothing like light bulb. Might have marked this out before, but nice 3 minute up close candle here that would push back down into, and then so yeah, 3 minute up close candle. So 3 minute breaker, and then here we get change in state. On the line time frame, we might go back test the sniper entry. Yep, look at that. All right, so there's a sniper entry. So I guess I'd maybe consider taking this as maybe a half risk trade. I don't know. The sniper entry does get hit, and then we hit that fourth standard deviation. Bang. I guess I'd target the third because that's where the consolidation is. Not necessarily easy to catch this one. This is a more difficult trade to catch, but if you saw that we hit previous week's low and we had an internal sweep, so previous week's low, so this would be manipulation. Right, this is also the Judas swing, very clearly, right, Judas swing. We also have 830 right here, and we were below 830, so basically you're playing a continuation play after we get this sweep and then inversion, right? So sweep, inversion. So accumulation, just getting on side with accumulation, manipulation, distribution, right? Accumulation, inverse value gap, 3-minute breaker, 15-second change in state. I would very much consider putting a limit order at the sniper entry, maybe like half risk or something. I don't know. Or maybe I do one and then, I don't know, just a thought. One of these days I'll catch a sniper on entry and you guys will be like, wow, this is so cool. And I'm going to be like, yeah, I know. I've been saying that. So accumulation, manipulation of previous week's low, inversion, breaker. This is something Hydra says, right? That these the highest probability signature is it's when we get that inversion and then a breaker, because that's gonna tell you that the market's gonna continue, right? We sweep liquidity, inverse. Now we're likely to continue. So this is very much a Hydra thing. Once again, what is this, guys? This right here. I'm going to make this look a little bit nicer. So inversion for value gap, previous week's low. Internal sweep. Accumulation. Inverse value gap. 3-minute breaker. "15-second change in state, retest of OTE." Pretty cool, right? Once again, though, you could just take that as the regular 3-minute change or 15-second change in state off the breaker. That could be fine, or you could just take it as a regular change in state. Like literally just the inversion change in state retest. That's what Hydra does. 9:45. Flow state. Wait, yeah. Flow state. Wait, no. Sniper entry. So sniper, 3-minute, 15-second, and this was on Tuesday, right? Yep. 9:45, sniper, 3-minute, 15-second. So, what I was trying to say is, maybe if you have conviction, right? Maybe you just take this as a change in state of delivery, like just a normal change in state of delivery. So let me show you, right? Like just kind of ignore key levels for a second, right? We don't even need a PD array. We just say, okay, we inverse this gap here. We inverse this gap. Yeah, I actually like this, guys. This is a very simple way to go. We inverse this gap. We get essentially a 3-minute. Oh, I like this. Inversion, accumulation. Yeah, I like this. So inversion, 3-minute change in state of delivery right here. Very obvious. This is accumulation, manipulation, and now distribution. So one possibility is we just enter on 3-minute change of state of delivery retest. We don't care about key level here because it's just obviously AMD. You get what I'm saying? That's one possibility. And then we just target, let's say we just target this LRLR, right? I don't know, what do you guys think about that? I like that. I like that a lot. So essentially we get previous week's low manipulation, 3-minute change state delivery. So inversion, change in state. You could also enter on this one. Yeah, realistically, I'd probably enter on this one. Okay. Let's just say we put stop loss right here. I'll probably put stop loss right here. And then, yeah, that'd be 3-1. Pretty good. And obviously I'd be scaling out, but you get what I mean, right? So I really do think these backtesting sessions make us better. At least they make me better. Like, I wouldn't even think to take a trade like this, but now that I'm doing this, I'm like, oh yeah, 3-minute change of state. Obviously, this is AMD. Okay, we swept previous week's low. We're probably going to go to this LRLR. And that's 3-1. So I do think that these backtesting sessions make us better. So this is going to be a CISD retest, not flow state retest, because I don't know what key level would have been, or what key level it would have been, but yeah, obvious AMD. So 939 CISD retest, 3-minute. Okay, save that. All right. Let's see if there's anyone watching. Two watching. So, yeah, this is a very smooth entry. Very smooth entry. I mean, the key with this, right, is this is obvious AMD. Yeah, this is obvious AMD to go run the LRLR. So CISD retest. Yeah, I'm not even gonna write that out. What up, Goat Messi? How are you, bro? Yeah, the key this is obvious AMD, right? That's the key. The key is obvious AMD. Was this another Phoenix model? Didn't we look at this? Oh, no, yeah. Phoenix model's crazy. It happened on Friday. It happened on Tuesday. Yeah, I remember. We literally, the whole video on Tuesday was about the Phoenix model. Yeah, wow. Look at the Phoenix model, guys. Rejection block, pop into the rejection block, delivery lower. And then the same exact thing happened on Friday. Yeah, right now I'm only trading futures. No, this is crazy, guys. When you really think about it, the same exact thing, right? Pop up into a rejection block, A, M, D. And then on Tuesday, the same exact thing. Where we just get A, M into the rejection block, and then D. That's crazy. Yeah, this rejection block too. I don't know what else to look at. Oh, we could look at first presented for value gaps. Let's look at first presented for value gaps. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. So let's go and drag out each first presented for value gap for each day of the week. So this is Friday of last week. So Monday. All right. Monday. So that's not this one. 9:30, 9:30, 9:31, 9:32. So right here, first presented for value gap of Monday. Okay, then first presented for value gap on Tuesday was 9:30, 9:31, 9:32. So first presented for value gap on Tuesday was right here. Oh, let's see how we respond to this. Hit it, backtest it. I remember this. I reviewed this on Tuesday, how we rejected it and then we rejected it again. Wednesday. $9.29. So yeah, it's not this one. Oh my gosh. What? Oh, I thought this was the first presented for value gap. That would have been crazy. But it's this. So, still though, let's mark this out. And Thursday. Right here. Thursday. Yeah, I remember this trade too. Remember, this was a really nice trade. AMD. Oh my gosh. Wait. Oh, that would have been so crazy if we'd hit that. Almost. I don't know, guys. I'm getting kind of tired again. I don't know. I might just have to finish this on Sunday. I think we pretty much got a good... We basically backtested the whole week, guys. I'm not even going to lie. There's not much more to backtest. I might just be done here. I think it's a good weekly backtesting session, if I'm being honest. I think we covered this week pretty good. Maybe if I'm feeling it, I'll do one tomorrow, but good chance I'll just be done, to be honest. I feel like we covered the week pretty good. There's six watching. Yeah, I feel like we covered the week pretty good. A lot of great Phoenix models, right? A lot of great Phoenix models. For instance, this one. So, shoot, that was not the button I meant to click. Right? where the rejection block with SMT, I'm not going to pull up the SMT, but this was an SMT. And then we go lower, and then we have another one here at the low of London session on Wednesday. Where was it? Oh, the next day. That one wasn't so obvious. Oh, okay, here it was. This rejection block with SMT. And then, yeah, this, once again, the long, big rejection blocks that sweep liquidity, these ones are going to be the best ones for Phoenix model, right? This one was super obvious, right? Once again, a long, big rejection block that takes liquidity and literally just enter at the rejection block. And then lower. It's crazy how easy Phoenix model is, actually. Long, big rejection block that takes liquidity with SMT, and then it gets hit, and then we go higher. Yeah. So basically 3 really good ones this week. But I don't know, man. I feel like we've covered price action pretty good. There's not, I don't know. If I decide to do more later, it'll probably be tomorrow, but I'm going to be done for now. So, yeah. Let's go. I got another sub. Alright. So, yeah, I'm going to be done for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if I do decide to keep going tomorrow, we'll see, right? We'll see. So,